Hello, this is a presentation by Kevin Wu. I've taken both AP Seminar and AP Research, and I'm here to teach you how to choose a discipline for your AP Research class. So first, at the beginning of the year, you want to make a list of what you're interested about. So the different kinds are humanities, so like arts and literature, social sciences, like politics, economics, natural sciences like biology and chemistry, formal sciences like math, statistics, computer science, and applied sciences like engineering. These are just some examples, but you'd make a list of what field or like topics you're interested about. From this, you realize that you're interested in a lot of things, and it's really hard to narrow down on one. Right? For me, I wanted to do so many different things. I was really into math and like number theory. I wanted to look into that. I was also really interested about solar panels and how we can make them more efficient. And like, it gets hard to narrow down and choose what you're really interested in. And to solve this, you want to dip your toe in the water and get a taste of what each field is like. So if you go to like humanities, right? Get a sense of what humanities is like, how the research process in humanities is, and read a lot of articles about your humanities subject if you choose to do that. So, get a taste, read a lot on each field, in each interest, and that's the only way you'll fully understand if this is right for me. And that's if you get a taste of it and you enjoy it. And the most important thing is getting a taste and to see which ones you want to do and which ones you don't want to do. What you thought you'd like to do, but realize you actually don't want to do. This is really important because your AP Research project will take the entire school year. And you don't want to be working on something you don't enjoy. So once you've dipped your toe in the water, you want to narrow it down and focus on a specific discipline. Alright, so you want to focus on the humanities, sciences, or social science. You want to specifically choose one. Alright, because each kind has its own like purpose of research and the method. So if you focus on like humanities, you want to like you have a different purpose than like a science or in a social science. So you really want to narrow it down to a specific discipline. And once you've narrowed it down to a specific discipline, you want to focus on a specific field. So let's say I focus on the scientific discipline. There are a ton, or natural sciences, there are a ton of natural sciences. Biology, chemistry, physics, environmental science. You want to focus on specifically one of them and getting really in depth and develop a curiosity. And this takes a lot of reading. You read a ton of academic journals, a ton of news sources or whatever, articles, and you focus a lot in that one field, in that one field. So you read a lot about, like, if you want to focus on chemistry, read a lot about chemistry. Because chemistry is so broad, you want to focus on one specific branch of chemistry. Or like get a taste of what each branch of chemistry is like and focus specifically on that single branch and getting really in depth. And then you also want to develop a curiosity. When you read so much, you get a really strong understanding. You start to ask yourself more questions about these things, about the thing in your field. You ask yourself a ton of questions after you've gone really in depth. And this is where your research question begins. When you're really in depth and you've got a curiosity or you've got a question, you want to ask yourself, is this worth researching? And are there already answers to your question? So you want to make sure that your curiosity has values, mission, and vision. Okay. And at this point, you can formulate your question. Using your curiosity and what you've read, which should be a lot at this point, write an in-depth, purposeful research question. Right? The point of a research question is to understand or discover something. So you don't want to be vague. Your research question should be really in-depth. That's the purpose of all the reading. I know I had to read around 50 journals or articles, and then I finally formulated my question with curiosity. And you may ask, what makes a good research question? And that is it interesting? Is it researchable? Is it significant? And is it manageable? And so finally, a personal anecdote. I was really interested in math, science, technology, social science, politics, morality, philosophy, and too many things to name at the beginning. So I read a lot in each field. I read about math, read about some sciences, some technology, some social sciences, some politics, and bits and pieces of morality and philosophy. I realized that a lot of these things I don't want to spend the entire school year on, and simply because I didn't have the knowledge or background to, and also I didn't have the support to. So I chose science, natural science, and I chose environmental science because I was taking an environmental science class, so that really helped me out. And that's why I chose that. Also because I had a passion in environmental science. I really enjoy the environment. And so I read a lot in environmental science, and then I focused on a specific branch of environmental science, and that is like how plants are grown, and there are different methods of planting crops, and that's just one specific field or part of environmental science. There's also like sustainability, ecosystems, populations. I chose to focus on planting. And so yes, I read a lot about monoculture and polyculture, and I got super specific. And I became curious. When I learned the material, I got really curious and started asking questions, and that's how I came to my research question. And that is my presentation. Thank you for watching.